I don't want to hear any of this talk about Brandon. You keep setting us on all these anime. I don't have time. Listen, I get it. At some point, watching seasonal anime feels like a job. And most of you ain't even getting paid to watch it. I get it. Time is valuable. But Demon Lord 2099? You're going to have one of two reactions. You're going to be like me and say, damn, that's an interesting title. Demon Lords usually don't go to 2099. We're going to have a Spider-Man 2099 situation. Hell, Futuristic Demon Lord? That sounds cool. Or you'll say that's the dumbest name. I have no interest. Shut your damn mouth. Go watch the first episode. Now, if you already watched the first episode, hell, you probably watched it before me. I'm proud of you. Daddy's proud. But what an episode. The first 2 minutes is a movie. Let's just make that apparent. But I don't know, 14.99 a year, something like that. And obviously the Demon Lord dies, but of course Demon Lord gonna come back. It's like a Gandorf thing, man. You can't keep that boy down. And throughout some bullshit, he comes back, he revives, and now it's 2099. But rather than having a Demon Lord who immediately comes out and he's the Anos of the world, I'm gonna take it over again. We're at a point similar to Freeren in a way, where if you remember in Freeren how magic that used to be OP back in the day is now just kind of common, it gives me a similar vibe because now technology has advanced so much that the things that used to be able to conquer a world are basically like, the dude's gonna get arrested for doing just some basic bitch magic. And technology, and even former minions who used to follow him, are now saying, I'm gonna conquer the world. This is such a unique take. You actually want to root for the MC. He feels like he's confident, but, he's definitely getting his shit pushed in. The production, the aesthetic, the setting, this is freaking unique. I have full log reactions over on Patreon if you want to see my full length of thought to this amazing episode or any of these episodes over there exclusively. Listen, sometimes I'd be watching these shows and I'm saying, God damn it, why does the weekend have to have every show in existence come out? But this will be a priority on Saturdays, let me tell you. It is so freaking fun. Because what I really thought was going to happen was either dude was going to die and get transported into the future, and he's the Demon Lord. Look at Anos, he's just going to one-shot everything. Or, it would be, maybe he'd struggle a bit, but I wasn't actually expecting such an event, because if you're going to throw characters that were used to more medieval-like aesthetics into a society that is clearly technology-driven, but not only that, magic is also a part of said technology, you're going to have a lot of different combinations of ideas. Stuff we've seen before, but the mixture of them together in this cyberpunky feel is going to be great. We don't get a lot of anime with this aesthetic. Sure, we had the cyberpunk anime, we had Akudama Drive, but we don't get a lot in this neon cyberpunk level city. That alone is awesome. Make him into a Demon Lord who looks like he's too edgy for even Hot Topic. You got something that's going to be pretty visually interesting. And the production so far is matching it. Now granted, this is the type of show that if production even goes slightly off the rails, you're going to notice it. All the colors, all the designs, the buildings themselves have more complexity than half these character designs in these types of shows. But it looks great from episode 1, and like I said, the first couple of minutes felt like a movie. Not quite, like, it would need a little bit more to properly be like, damn, that's full-on movie, but man, there was characters throwing blood daggers into soldiers, and then they ruptured from the inside and their blood erupted. Like, that shit was metal. And honestly, the clash between the hero and Demon Lord was really, really cool. I think there's probably going to be some decent amounts that you're going to see coming. Like, I think at some point the Demon Lord and the hero probably are going to work together. There's going to be like maybe an enemy of my enemy is my friend. But either way, even though I think some story beats you're going to see coming, they did do something that you don't always see. Because usually when the Demon Lord comes back, anyone who's still around who used to follow him is going to follow him. And of course there's the one girl who's been quite loyal. And we kind of end up in like a devil's a part-timer situation where the building they're staying in is not really up to standards, but I appreciate that rather than having this douchebag evil Demon Lord who's like, minion, I refuse, he's more like, I can't believe you've been living like this. This really shows your devotion to me. You are my most trusted ally. His actual characteristics isn't exactly like what you've seen from Demon Lords in the past. He's strong-willed and he wants to conquer the world. But you can understand why someone would actually want to follow the guy because he generally seems to care for those who are loyal to him. But I like the idea too that it's not so serious that it has a stick up its ass. There actually is some comedy. So the dude who ends up betraying him, who used to follow him, he admits, I never liked you, but you know what? If you're following, what was he going to do in the past? He clearly wasn't strong enough to beat him back then, but now that technology has allowed him to, he's just canceling his magic like that. It's not even hard for him. After that whole exchange, the woman who brought the Demon Lord up, basically is like, yes, you want to conquer the world, but about the merchandise. She wasn't cracking a joke. Neither one of them was trying to crack a joke. But the fact that the dude who just threw her bitch ass out the window, the woman just stops the whole conversation about conquering the world too. But how can we market and make the most money off of this icon? That's pretty funny if you ask me. And I kind of like that dry sense of humor where characters aren't explicitly trying to tell a joke, but they just unironically are funny. And then he bumps into this random, honestly, the dude looks like he could have been pulled from TMNT. And immediately just, he can't, this, back in the day, back in 1500, he would have been a pile of ash, and now he's not. It's not that he's weak, it's just that he's probably above average still in the context of this world, but technology is definitely stronger than him. So most likely the direction we're going to have to go is he's going to have to work both with technology, whatever they put on the back of their necks. I imagine he's going to have something like that, though there comes the risk if this dude developed it. I mean, at the same time, couldn't he control him? So maybe we'll have to do some black market shenanigans, I don't know. But either way, the whole concept of this show is different. And it truly is. Not only because the setting allows us to be in this futuristic kind of world where it's not like he's just a couple hundred years in the future where it's yeah, guns are technically stronger than a fireball. No, the technology is gonna destroy this man. And rather than making him completely nerfed to the point that he's pathetic, he's just where he was back in the day, and the world has surpassed him over hundreds and hundreds of years. So therefore, his natural born talent, he'll have to adapt to this world and really progress himself. That is freaking awesome. That is so unique. And honestly, whatever your opinion was of the title, if you're like me and you said, that sounds interesting because a Demon Lord in 2099, you don't see that every day, or you think that sounds like the cringiest, lamest title ever, I think most people who try this first episode are going to have mostly the same opinion. Holy shit, that production. Holy shit, that OST. Actually, probably one of the freshest takes on a Demon Lord I've seen in a hot minute. And goddamn, where's the next 10 million episodes? Because I want to binge it. Please, for the love of God, go watch this show if you haven't already. If you have, hell, go rewatch the episode, because I know what I'm doing later tonight. Let me know your thoughts, though. What did you think of the episode? Were you excited like me to check it out, or did you just randomly try it because you saw some people talking about it, or maybe even me making this video? Let me know your thoughts down below, and are you going to keep on watching it? Be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new around here, of course, ring that bell, and like I mentioned, we have full live reactions over on Patreon, and hey, while you're over there, I'll also give you a video shout out. Alright, so today we got B. Monkeef, Tade Goldwait, Petalo, One Piece Man, Nicholas Wilhelm, Francis Mondra, Neko Chibi, and we also have Jacob Darkfire. So I appreciate the support, everyone. Please take care. Y'all have a good one.